The smear campaign. That's the name for it, I guess, on the internet. But when you have a falling out with a narcissist or the NPD person, be they a love interest, a coworker, a boss, or a family member, there will be this cycle. And I think everyone knows this cycle, but let me break it down for you. It is the attentive cycle, aka the love bombing cycle. Then it is the devalue, aka the breakdown cycle. And then it is the discard, aka you are yesterday's news cycle. When you are first being acquired, when you are seen as suitable attention food, you will be completely and utterly enamored. You will be romanced. You will be best friends. It'll be wonderful, right? And then that's when the NPD person or the narcissist starts to devalue you, negging, little quips about how you look, what you do, little insults, range to big insults depending on what you'll take. And then comes the discard phase where they decide that you're just too much work and they want someone else who's easier pickings. And so that's when they ghost you. They date someone else but still keep you on the side. I think they call that triangulation. Or they just decide that you're not good enough and they just tell you off. Or they could do the preemptive strike, aka the smear campaign. Now, the smear campaign is when a person, or a narcissist specifically, decides to get you first. They decide that they're going to be cruel and talk about you behind your back. Gossip, cattiness, pettiness, right? They decide they're going to do that first with everyone you know, mutually or exclusively. They want to make sure that they're the victim in this situation. They want to make sure that people understand that you're the monster and that they can go along their little way like the troll that they are in sheep's clothing and then latch on to someone else worry-free. So I've had this happen to me multiple times with bosses, with family members, with love interests, and I think I am a professional when it comes to handling the smear campaign. So I want to tell you a few things that I have done, and I'll give you a few examples when it comes to combating the smear campaign. First things first, you're going to realize that the smear campaign has happened even if you don't hear about it by the way mutual people look at you. They're going to give you this look like they're studying you, like they're trying to decide if something's wrong with you, if they're trying to decide that whatever kind of information they got is relevant. My solution to this, let them. Act like you don't see their looks. Act like you don't care about the social distancing from the people that are doing so. You see, people are typically sheep. And a narcissist is very good with manipulating people who have no spine because their false personality is very, very easy to gain influence with sheeple. So these people might not invite you to parties anymore. These people might not invite you to gatherings anymore. These people might just ignore you. Let them do that. It's perfectly fine. Go on about your business. Find new friends. If you have coworkers, in your office who are acting this way, act like nothing happens. The paycheck is more important than their acceptance. And if it's family, don't worry about it. Especially if you're not close to them. Now, if you are close to them, they're going to ask questions. They wouldn't do this to you. But if you're not close to them and they're listening to the rumor mill of other people, let them observe you. The most beautiful thing about observation is that you are not going to influence them verbally. You're not going to defend yourself. You're going to let them decide what the truth is. Step 2, never, ever, ever defend yourself. Some people will say some things that the NPD person, aka narcissist, told them, relayed them, agree with them. That's going to blow their mind. I know that's going to sound hilarious because, like, why? It's not true. It doesn't matter if it's true or not. If they're bringing it to you, they already think it's true. So confirm it. The narcissist may say that you might have a sexually transmitted disease and you gave it to them. Agree with him. Say, yeah, we're both infected. Because that way they'll go back to the narcissist like, oh, you're both infected. Then the narcissist or the NPD person has to basically break down the lie. And they'll do it. They will do it. But here's the thing about lying is that lies are never consistent. The story will always change. They may say, oh, well, you didn't do this report. Say, oh, completely. I totally didn't do this report and whatever. But if you have a paper trail, and this person says this, you're just like, oh, yeah, I told you that. I didn't do it. And then you show them the email because they'll ask for it. And then they're like, well, why did you agree to that? Well, I said, well, you got your information from somewhere. So instead of me trying to defend myself, I just agreed to it. And then when you can see factual proof, when you'll come back, there you go. Last but not least, when the smear campaign is really raging, just improve yourself. Here's the thing about narcissistic people that I want to share with you. They don't think they need improvement. They think they're perfect just the way they are. They could be 3 tons of fun. They could have horrible body odor. They could be disgustingly riddled with acne and God knows what, but they still think they're perfect. They will never improve themselves. They will never improve themselves. If they're at a precipice of having like a 6-pack and whatever, they won't improve themselves in the means of like maybe getting a college degree, maybe doing humanitarian work. Like wherever they're at right now, that's the best they're going to get. But since you are not so selfish and self-centered, you're going to improve yourself. Nothing gets the attention and nothing validates you more than being socially better than the person who is lying against you. You may not think it's true, but here's the thing is that validation is a very interesting currency in society. People want to be validated and people do want to validate, but they only want to validate people that they think are winners. And narcissists already think off the bat that they're winners. So what do they need to improve on? Nothing, really. But you don't think that way. You actually think with compassion and empathy and love. And you think, I can always improve myself. My room of improvement is never going to be so jam-packed that I couldn't learn something different, that I couldn't be something better than what I am right now. So when you improve yourself, when you decide to do that project, when you decide to get that degree, when you decide to lose that weight, when you decide to do whatever you think will make you a better person, that work is going to show. And then the people who were in the smear campaign, either gossiping or agreeing, they're going to have to reconvene with their previous thought process and then bring up the new data of like, if this person really was super infected sexually, why is this person so healthy now and they have boyfriends or girlfriends? If this person didn't do this report and didn't turn it in, why is this project so stellar? You see, facts and results always beat a smear campaign. You cannot defeat hard, cold, clinical data with lies. You can't. And if people still want to believe the narcissist after they see the data, well, that means that they were always on the narcissist side anyway, and you can cut them a loose like the simps that they are. I hope that helps. Smear campaigns are nothing to worry about. If you can just get over the lies about you and go about your business and be your best self, no smear campaign can teach you. No smear campaign can defeat you. Do not let what other people say dictate how you live, because that's how a narcissist wins too. They feed off of these people, and then they'll feed off of your misery. Don't give the sheeple or the narcissist any fuel. Be your best self and let your results speak for themselves. Have a good one.